Welcome back to Quinte Connection. Thanks for joining us. More on Gallery 121 coming up here in downtown Belleville. But first, David Foote is back with us, the manager of broadcasting communications with the Belleville Senators. So, Foote, it's been too long. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Yeah, it has been. No problem at all. Happy to catch up with you guys.
You've had quite the stretch on the road the last couple weeks. Let's highlight Military Appreciation Night. The Sens stopped a long losing skid and a sold-out crowd. So walk us through the atmosphere of that just a little while ago.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting to say the least. You get 300 to 500 folks from the base here having a good time, and then the rest of the fans here, supporting those military folks and trying to show them how much they mean to us and how important they are to the community and obviously the country. And couple that with a nice emphatic win over a rivalry team and a historic debut for a new player. It was a pretty good Military Appreciation Night, to say the least.
From a team perspective, David, walk us through what we saw with the NHL trade deadline and impacts for the Belleville Senators.
Yeah, the biggest impact for Belleville was the trade of Wyatt Bongiovanni to the Washington Capitals organization. And in return, the Sens got forward Graham Clark from Hershey, is where he was playing with the Caps affiliate. He's an Ottawa kid. He played for the 67s. He's pretty familiar with Belleville after being in Utica for 4 years prior as well. He was just super pumped to get here and get going and join the group. And then, to make an immediate impact like he did, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points is the most a Belleville Sens player has ever had in their debut. And to do it on home ice. And again, like you said, help us snap that losing skid. I don't think you could have wrote it up much better for him. So that was the big, impact move for us here in Belleville. For the parent club in Ottawa, they acquired Warren Fogle, who was a Kingston Frontenac standout as well back in his junior days. So a little bit of local-ish connection, both here and up at the other end of 613 country. But that was about it. A pretty quiet deadline otherwise for the club.
Yeah, well, you're back on a 5-game homestand right now as we continue towards the end of March. Of course, the push for the Calder Cup playoffs continue. We've got the usual suspects leading the AHL North Division, Syracuse, Laval. So at this point, Belleville, statistically, are we totally out of a playoff spot at this point, or can we be upsets to a certain degree?
Yeah, we could definitely play spoiler. That's certainly in the cards. By the numbers, no. The Senators are not eliminated yet, and I think that's something that's important to keep out there, right? As of the taping of this conversation, Sens were only 5 points back of Rochester for that final playoff spot with 14 or 15 games to play. It's there. The biggest issue is that, our schedule was so front heavy, front loaded. And at one point, and even still up to now, Belleville has played more games than almost any team in the American Hockey League, which means those opponents that we're trying to catch in the standings all, for the most part, have games in hand as well. So not only does Belleville need to win, as many games as possible or collect as many points as they can down the stretch here, we also need those teams that we're chasing to falter and stumble a little bit and drop some points in order to solidify a playoff berth. But not impossible, maybe a little improbable, but it's the best part about sports and the American Hockey League in general is anything can happen on any day, right? So the guys are locked in. They're doing as much as they can to try to qualify, and we'll see where the cards fall in a few weeks.
In the North Division, David, is there a team that's really surprised you, especially the back half of this regular season?
It's tough to say because it feels like this has been just another prototypical season in the North Division where it was pretty tight for most of the season, and just maybe since the turn of the calendar is when you've really seen things start to separate a little bit. Laval, I think it's been surprising. They're always good, but how good they have been this year. 36 wins for them already through 59 games has been extremely impressive. The Syracuse Crunch have really gone on a tear after a bit of a slow start to the season for them. And then you've got Cleveland, Toronto, Rochester, Belleville, all kind of fighting, for those middle spots. And then the Utica Comets had been a surprise of late. They lost 12 or 13 games in a row to start the year, and now they're breathing right down Belleville's neck by, just 3 points because they've been on a pretty good run of late. So I don't think too many surprises really, but it's always interesting to watch these teams go through their seasons and, kind of see where everybody ends up at the end of the campaign.
Well, the reason for us to get out and cheer on the Belleville Senators live at the CA Arena, where you're coming to us from here. Belleville Bulls Night coming up Saturday, March 28th. So what year is this that the Belleville Senators have really kind of gone back in time for a lot of us?
Yeah, I think this is at least our third, if not our fourth Bulls Night. Last year we celebrated the 25th anniversary of the 1999 OHL championship team. I had a bunch of those guys here. This year, we're putting a little bit of a focus on the 2008 team. That was the last Bulls team that went to a Memorial Cup. They lost to the Kitchener Rangers in the OHL final that year, but Kitchener was hosting, so Belleville still got to go. So we're linking in some of those alumni from that 2008 team. The gold jerseys are going to be back this year, which I know the fans have been hollering for and will be excited about. We've got special edition Bulls game pucks that we'll be selling as well. And of course, the kind of cornerstone of our Bulls nights now is recognizing that partnership with Belleville Minor Hockey and the Minor Bulls and raising money for them and trying to give those young hockey players here in our city, the best head start in their careers and development that we can by helping to raise funds for the BMHA. So that's going to be super exciting, and stay tuned to our socials at Belleville Sens. We'll have lots more details leading up to the event. I'm sure some surprises as well.
Sounds good. Yeah, no, Belleville Bulls Minor Hockey Association really struggling at the onset of the pandemic, so the Belleville Senators support has been huge. So as we wrap up this, David, for folks who want to be in the stands but also listen to you and also stream on the webcast, where can we go to hear the calls every Belleville Senators game?
Yeah, if you want to watch the games, AHL TV on Flow Hockey is the platform, so it is a pay-per-view subscription, but you get every game in the American Hockey League, not just the Senators. You get all the OHL games. So that's the easiest way if you want to watch the games. If you want to listen, we're online about 10 or 15 minutes before every game via our Mixler feed, but you can find that at BellevilleSens.com as well.
David Foote, the manager of broadcasting communications with the Belleville Senators. Good luck, Footy, safe travels, and we'll hopefully see you at the rink fairly soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Lindsey. Always a pleasure. And tickets anytime at Ticketmaster.ca or shoot an email to tickets@BellevilleSens.com. We'd love to see everyone here at the rink down the stretch as well.
Thanks, David. Appreciate it.